the verse. What's up, y'all? This is Nate back for episode 3 of Island Go MTG. Today, man, bruh. 4-color Omnath. 4-color Omnath. Man. I smell a ban coming, y'all. So, until then, in Historic, this is probably going to be what it is.
It is what it is.
I would not be surprised at all because it's so good against so many different archetypes. So, this build in particular, we have the Sweltering Suns, which is going to hit red decks. It's going to hit aggro decks in general, just as a sweeper. If it's not relevant, you can just cycle it for 3. Perfect. Couldn't ask for more. We're doing Shattering Sky instead of Wrath of God because we have so many bigger creatures. We get the extra draw card, so that's the choice here. But so this is just a reset your board situation. We're running a couple of those, and even the Undo inversion. And you know what? I was meaning to do this anyway, so let's just go ahead. I'm gonna add another. Maybe not. There's been a couple times where I wish I had 2 because I needed to just pitch this. We'll cut down to one of him, and I'll explain him in just a second as well. So let's go back here. And we have the Undo inversion, which is just a complete reset if just things get out of hand and we get overwhelmed. So because of this, we don't really need any counter magic, though we could play it because we have islands, which you know I love. But no, we don't even need to go there. Escape of the Wilds is incredible. I only have 2 of these cards. I'd be very tempted to play 3, but man, this 60 is so packed. At least 3 of the Genesis Ultimatum. I think 4 is probably better, but once again, in the 60, it's so packed, and we're just rolling through this deck. We're pulling everything, man. Like, you see all your cards every game, all the time, no matter what. 2 of the Terror of the Peaks, because oh my god, this thing is OP. And especially when you can just back to back or even in the same turn Uro and then escape costing back from the yard. 12 damage. So here we go. Obviously we know about Omnath. We know how it works with Uro. We all know about Uro. And the recent ban of Uro in Standard, because this thing is too much. The Lotus Cobra, we all know about this. And the Growth Spiral in there. Now, the Explorer is what I've seen to be probably our best option. I've tried a lot. I've tried Druids. I've tried the Paradise Druid in this spot to have like another mana dork that could hit anything. You know, it turns into any kind of mana, which kind of works with our Lotus Cobra. And I think that is some good synergy. But this, man, we get the draw. We get to play the extra land. It's just better. We got a one of this guy just for like some extra, just throw some damage. It's another backup plan in case for some reason you don't draw this. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, why for Omnath? And there's been even some times where I've gotten crazy amounts of triggers off of the Escape to the Wilds and just playing the second Omnath, and then boom, 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 and it all rolls and gets insane. But really, like, I get to do enough with Omnath with 3. I have 4. I do have 4, but I think 3 just to be able to pack all of this other utility in there, because like I said, we're rolling through the deck. That's why I'm not playing 4 of these. just to fit everything in there, I think is incredible. Now, this guy, and you know what? Maybe we do need to go back to a second copy of this because this is what also sets this deck apart. So, like I said earlier, we're great for aggro because of the Sweltering Suns. Like, that covers it. We got our resets. It's just way too much value for any type of mid-range strategy. Against combo, we don't really have to interact, so it's kind of just whoever combos off first and just does their thing first and goes off. So that gives us as good a winning percentage chance as anything against a combo deck, which I don't know if there's any technical real combo decks anyway right now in Historic. So there's that. I think we have so much value, and because there's so much card draw in this, that we can even punish control decks for their turns of just not doing a whole lot. And there's a lot of things that we can do to just continue to gain value until we can make them tap down, and then boom, 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 boom. Too much value even in the late game for a control deck. So the thing that sets this apart, though, is not only do we have great matchups there, but this guy helps us against the Jun, the Cat, and the Oven. It helps us against those sacrifice shenanigans, and man, I think if you're really trying to be competitive, I mean, you gotta have that, because obviously, if you saw the last top 8, the Jun Sack whole thing is pretty broken. It was, and we always knew that, but it's dominating Historic. So if you want to really rank up far, if you want to hit Mythic, if you want to survive after you hit Mythic, you probably need to have some type of answer for that Cat in the Oven. And this guy is it. It is it, and it fits perfectly into our plan, going and snatching up the plains and snatching up a forest. And sometimes you've already done enough of that anyway that you've just laid enough lands, it doesn't really matter. So because of that, we're going to get to the mana base, and that's probably the biggest part of this deck. It took me a little while to find a set of lands that I thought really worked, because with this you really got to keep your mind on your mana and your mana on your mind. It's all about your mana selections off the Cobra. It's all about what you choose to play when you choose to play it, and also because we're rocking with the pathways, and I've found them to be pretty good. But because of that, you need to be careful on which one you select that you need it to be, and also this is really mana constrictive, so you just have to be mindful of like your mana selection off the Cobra, off of the pathways, and just how you sequence things. There's been a lot of times where I've just messed up and been like, oh, I could have went off, or I could have at least got a couple more spells in that turn, and you never know when that'll just roll. So man, this thing is crazy. After the season ended, it bounced me down to gold, and I've already worked my way up. I didn't want to do a video or an episode before I at least was in platinum. I didn't think that was fair. So let's get into some games. I went on that deck tech for a little while. I'm sorry I didn't get to the games, but man, this thing is something. This thing is something else. So let's see what we got here. We got a lot of mana options. We definitely want to explore, but it doesn't look like we have access to green early, and that's not really good. We always want to have a green source early. So we'll throw it back. We'll take this, and let's put back the mountain. And we'll probably just play the tap Stomping Ground to start out with, and then we'll explore and see what we can hit off of that. This isn't really a great opening hand, so we'll see where that takes us. Okay, another land is pretty decent. I'll go ahead and play the island just to go ahead and get it out there. Okay, there's a Cobra. I like that. Alright, let's go ahead and play this guy, and let's go. We need to find a white, but we'll get that off the Cobra. if need be. So sick. Ooh, I don't know if that's the greatest choice. Alright, let's Cobes. And we'll explore. Alright, not wonderful for there, but, you know, could be worse. We can drop Uro next turn. Looks like they're playing Jeskai. They're playing a tempo style. That's one archetype that I didn't mention. So I was curious how a tempo deck would play against something like this, because it is very disruptive and it just keeps you from going. So let's see. I'll drop the Cobra, and then we'll do Uro. Hopefully we can hit here. I mean, that's not awful, but this is definitely not optimal on where we want to start. As I've played, and I kind of went through gold, almost the entire gold rank with this deck, and it really wasn't very fair. Honestly, like, it wasn't very fair. And I got a couple games. You know, they took me down, but I mean, even this is like doing so much slow damage. Huh. See, now we have choices. I don't mind just taking damage because we can gain so much back off the Omnath, and with Uro, for that matter. Let's do a blue. See, that's a big choice, and typically I'm not the kind of guy who does well with precise things. That's why I like control. That's why I like control. Let's turn this into a green so we can play the Explorer. I'll explain that statement in a second. But my ADD is getting the best of me, and I gotta... Alright, it looks like we're kind of crapped out for this turn, and I can go back to babbling. Not attacking. Don't need to. Not doing that. Okay. So, the reason why I like control is it takes out a lot of math, and it takes out a lot of guesswork. Like, you have to do a little bit of math with your life total, but for the most part, you're just kind of sitting back, and you're worried about what they have and what you need to have to deal with it. And it doesn't really force me to have to like calculate damage per turn and things long term and things like that. I'm not really great with that. So these little precise actions, like you need to for combo-y kind of decks, typically don't really roll very well for me. They just don't. So I try and be a little extra mindful of it. Let's add... We have blue, blue, green, green, red, white. We're not gonna have mana to cast the thing, so let's just add... Let's add a green. Ugh, and we're still crapped out. That sucks. Oh, that sucks. But they're not really gaining anything on us either. So this is not the way this deck usually functions. This is a pretty low level form of the function. We want to have, like, I think I'm rolling with 28. I've seen builds that go with up to 30 or 31. The standard build was playing that many. If you include the lands that flip, and like the Smashing Skull and the Shatter Skull Smashing. Shatter Skull Smashing. Yeah, that and the Onto Inversion. We're playing 3 of those, so if you count those. But I'm counting those in my 28. And this is definitely slowing us down. For sure. For sure it is. They got a lot of stuff going on, too. We can just Genesis. And that's nice, and that's probably what we want to do. Let's see what we need to Genesis here. This is I don't think we're going to drop this for red, and we're going to Genesis. See, this is why it's important. Yeah, and we get to make one too. And we can't Genesis still. How did I mess that up? We have the 3 blue. Oh, we needed another green. See? Point in case. Point in case. So these are little things that you can do to kind of maximize this type of deck's effect. If that guy wasn't so big, I would try and take him out. I may use the Shatter Skull on him on the next turn, but I think we're just kind of like crapped out from here too. I kind of want to keep the Sweltering Suns because I think beyond this guy, if we take him out, they're going to flood the field a little bit more, and that'll take effect. And by then, we should have a lot bigger guys, and they're just stacking too. So what are they going to do here? Oh, they're going to unsummon? Okay. I got a lot of cards now, though, man. That's a lot, but they are also tapped down. So I am going to have to take advantage of that. And I think I'm just going to cycle this as well. We just want to draw. I think we just want to draw here. Okay. I would love to be able to Omnath into Genesis. That would be fantastic. I don't think I need to even try to do that this turn anyway, because we need to tap for 5. We need to hit 5 on this guy. So I want to go ahead and take him out. Yeah. Yeah, just send it all there. Yeah, and I think we do want to just bring Uro out the yard too. I mean, overall, we really can't complain about how this has gone. Yeah, it doesn't matter here. We're just saying tap down. Next turn, we should have a pretty big turn. But yeah, this is not the way we want to see this deck function. We've hit like a lot of, I guess, air, if you want to call it that. I guess some air. But we're definitely still in it. This is the only archetype which I wasn't sure whether or not we could do anything against. Though I think if you just go mono blue, it's way more mana efficient and much more likely to take over. They are kind of like a janky tempo, so we're still at least eventually going to outvalue them. They can get this wish. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We're going to outvalue them. I don't know what they can possibly be pulling out of the wish board. Do they have 8 mana? No, they don't even have 8 mana to bring out an Ugin. That's really the only thing that I'll scoop to with this deck is an Ugin. Time wipe, whatever. Okay. So they are going to wipe the board. Let's go ahead and explore. We'll just go ahead and swing the Uro. He'll block it, maybe. No. Yeah, I guess not. There's no reason to. We got all 3 of our ultimatums, so we'll just do this and this. We'll make that a green. I think we're going to be able to squeeze in another ultimatum. red, blue. We'll just keep doing that. Yeah, and I think Escape to the Wilds is pretty disgusting here. Let's go ahead and we'll make this a red since we were shorted earlier. And can we just cast an Uro? Yeah, let's just cast an Uro. Yeah. Oh. Well, man. I messed that up. Oh well. Yeah, did I not even play my land for a turn? This is dumb. That's blue. Let's go here. Put this land on the field. This is crazy. See, like, this is one of the... I feel like I'm playing Pokemon. Like for real, I don't know if anybody, like, has ever, like, knows what I'm talking about here. But, like, when I'm playing Pokemon with my kid, like, I'm just trying to, like, keep playing cards until I can't play cards anymore. On the turn is what it is, and that's exactly how this feels. This is ridiculous. I could put out the Terror of the Peaks right now. I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna use this to cycle. Alright, cool. Alright. So his time wipe means nothing right now. And I think we may have enough mana to play the Terror of the Peaks, force a ton of damage, and still slow roll around this board wipe that he's got. Well, this is dumb. Looks like we may have to use our Shatter of the Sky. This is kind of a grindy matchup. He's definitely committing to the board. He or she, I suppose. Who knows? Onto Inversion. So now we have another backup to it. So let's go ahead and Shatter. I wonder... Yeah, they're going to do it? Okay. That may have cost them the game. So we're gonna play the Terror. And I don't even think I'm gonna Omnath. I'm just gonna play Uro and try and do extra damage that way. So he's gonna come in and we're gonna dome him for 6. With 3 mana left. One, two, three, 4. I think we have all colors. Okay, yeah, and we can play Omnath for the win. So this is how we do, y'all. This is how we do. GG. GG. So even eventually, like I said, against control-y style decks, they're gonna tap down and we'll just outvalue them. This is direct damage right here, and this is ball game. And like I said, this is a time where we didn't really function optimally. You didn't see a whole lot of craziness, like where the triggers stack. I know you've played some games against this where you see the triggers stack, and it's just crazy. Like, this deck is crazy. Look, we had two ultimatums in hand. We could restart the whole thing with the Terror of the Peaks, even if he got a chance to live through this turn. And even then, if they restacked and got big and even dropped walkers and dropped enchantments or artifacts or whatever, boom, onto inversion, clear the whole board planar cleansing. Like, the utility in this is amazing. The ability to play against any type of archetype is amazing. The way our opponent salts out at the loss is amazing. Like, bruh. Bruh. This bleep it out for me, Zero the Mage. No, for real, this thing is insane. It's insane. Insane. Alright, so I foresee a pretty fierce climb through Platinum. I usually end up in Diamond. Oddly enough, this last season is one of the few seasons here in the last little while that I didn't end up in Diamond and got stuck in Platinum. So I definitely foresee a pretty strong comeback on this unless they have an emergency banning on it for Historic. That's what caught my eye. I hadn't really been paying attention to Standard much. Man, that was a long game. I haven't been paying attention to Standard much. And that was like right after a rotation, the card pool is usually so small. So I just wanted to wait and see what happened, and man, this thing boosted up and came up on the map. Jeez. It's nuts. It's nuts. So the Fabled Passage gives us access, but we don't really have anything to do. You want to start with something early. Like, this seems fine, but we don't have a green, and that really sucks. So, okay, we'll deal with this. We will throw back the ultimatum. And I guess the Sweltering, since we really can't cast it. Well, we probably could anyway. But, alright, so let's just do this. Yeah, because we got to start out with the green. And this Undo Inversion is probably going to have to be a land. And it's a situation where it's good to have two just in case. Now, obviously we're playing red, it looks like, so let's go ahead and put out the Cobra Commander. They'll burn it. Oh, that's nice. That's kind of a nice pull. So we'll tap this. We'll play this. We'll get a Cobra. And we'll go for a white source here. And that'll be able to stave off having to play that inversion as a land for a little bit. Potentially. It'd be nice if that inversion was the sweeper. We really need to find the Sweltering Suns that we put back at the beginning of the game. Alright, well, we'll Cobra. And then we'll explore and we'll hit. So it doesn't matter. 5, so we have 5 mana. We need to pull something fast. Like, we need to pull something fast. If they're smart, they'll activate this castle and not really commit any more to the board. Oof. So I think they got under us on this one. Yep. Yep. They got under us on this one. Subject to happen, right? And that's fine. That's fine. I think we do still have game against those kind of decks because we have the sweeper. We have the ability to gain a ton of life. And we can ramp into that. So, I mean, that can happen. That's what red does, right? That's what red does. But overall, I don't think that there's any deck that you're going to have a higher winning percentage with if you're piloting this properly. And it does take some skills for sure. I probably not the most optimal pilot for this deck, but I guarantee you I'm going to come out with a ton of wins with this thing. Like, wow. So this is the kind of opener that we do want to see. Looks like we're playing a Lotus deck, so we'll see what they got. Hey, I like seeing people wanting to be engaging and friendly. Let's so next turn we're definitely gonna Cobra. And they're gonna cycle. I wonder if they're playing the cycling deck. Because that's what that's in. They are. Ho-ho. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this. And we're gonna put out the Cobra Commander. Come on, Fox. Swing that Fox. Okay, do that then. Yep. Do it again. Do it again. There you go. Do it again. Now swing that Fox. I'm not blocking. I'm definitely not blocking. Alright, so let's do this. Let's make a green. Let's put out another Cobra. Now we'll hold the Uro. Phoo-wee, another Cobes. Might as well get in this. We need to find a land drop. Hopefully we pull one. I don't understand how in a 28 land deck with all this card draw that we wouldn't find another land super fast. I think we're just going to throw this Cobra under the bus. And we need to just Uro at this point. That's pretty sweet. We're going to go blue. Oh. Let's get a red. Yes, that's what we don't have yet. So we're gonna get a red, and we're gonna make this a blue, and we're gonna Uro again. Let's pay 2 life. Let's make this a blue. And here, instead of just getting crazy, I want a Cobra. So we gained a lot of traction back. Swung the tempo back and forth. Once again, we're playing Pokemon. Like, we're just going through the cards until we can't anymore. That's what you do every turn. And see how soon you go off. I think I'll just take this one. There you go, man. Pump him again. That's cool. I'm sure you got another one. Do it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. 8. Getting in for 8. That's significant. That's significant. So let's go ahead and grow spiral. And we can make this a blue. And we'll also make it another blue. And then we'll arrow. And then we'll drop this. And we'll make this a blue and this one a green. I'm just gonna cycle this. They said oops, so I wonder if they know something I don't. They can only put him up to 8. Oh, okay. I'll get in a little extra. I think they may come away with it. Like a shock right here. 5. Huh. Okay, so we're gonna go blue and we're gonna do double red, double green. We have that. Let's just go red again. Yeah, okay, so we can ultimatum here. Oof. How much? It must be the 4. Okay, so we got a chump blocker here. I think what's that? Target creature haste and trample. Oh, okay. Cool, man. See, I hate the sarcastic oopses and all that. Nice. Punt. Good game, though. I thought I was going to be able to survive the turn. If I would have, obviously I win, but I didn't. So there's that. And you guys haven't even seen me rank up yet, which is what I thought was an absolute guarantee. But hey, man, one of the things that's really surprised me also about this deck is it's been fun. Like, it's not something that I'm accustomed to, but I've really enjoyed playing this deck, learning all the different intricacies to it. It doesn't look like we have something that we can keep here. That sucks. That looks keepable. Mostly. Yeah. I'm gonna throw back this forest because it's what I have the access to the most. Okay. Oh, I like seeing that Fabled Passage. We may not get crazy value out of it as you normally can get with this deck, but it's gonna allow us to do what we want to do on turn 4. That's pretty sweet. How do we want to order this now? This can't be... Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. And now at the end of their turn, we'll be able to grow Spiral. And then we'll do that into Omnath next turn, I think, is what it'll end up being. What do they got going on? I haven't really even been paying attention to them. So I just built a colorless deck going for a Tron-like thing here. And I wonder if I'm playing something like that. So we have some nice stuff going on here, man. We have some really nice stuff going on here. Let's grab this Plains. We're going to play Omnath. That boy nasty. That boy nasty. So we're going to do that, and we're going to have a little bit of fun on this next turn. Yes, sir, we are. So we're going to do our first thing, and then we're going to do another thing. And what do we need to get here? So let's get a standalone blue. That way we have all the colors standalone here. Now we have a bunch of stuff. I think the first thing we want to do is play the Terror. Now we're going to do 6 damage to the Dome. We're going to draw. And we're going to get more value. Now let's explore. Okay, we get stuck. We get in 4, got him to 6. Boom. Next turn, we don't have the mana to do it. If we get to cast this Uro, we just win next turn. And they don't even come close to being able to do their thing. Like, maybe here, I don't know. It doesn't look like they're going to have the full 6 to be able to drop it. Alright, setup. And that's ball game. Oh no, we can't Uro. Alright, so let's just escape. And we'll probably get something going here. Yep. Yeah, they weren't, like... And I just hit all lands, but that would have taken me into the Uro from the extra stuff that I got off that I get off the Omnath. So yeah, that happened real quick. All right, let's try and get in one more. I think this might be game 5, and we're at 2-2, I believe. So let's try and finish out here. We've got a good look at the deck, and we've seen a lot of pretty much how the deck functions. Like I said, you got to keep your eye on that mana and make sure that you're sequencing it properly at the most efficient that you possibly can. You got to keep your eye on abilities to enable to just help you just keep cantripping and just keep playing Pokemon, man. Keep playing Pokemon. This looks pretty sweet. We're gonna keep this. So let's drop this guy. Having green mana on turn 1 is pretty important. Awfully important. So we're gonna Cobra right into Omnath on the next turn off of this Fabled Passage, I do believe. No, we'll do it off the Stomping Ground. Even better, we'll do it off the Sacred Foundry. Okay, what do we need here? Green, white. We need another red. There's my man Omnath. And as you see, as you see, at 3 copies, has there been a game where we haven't had him on the field when we needed him? Has there been a game at 3 copies? At 3 copies? No, there has not, and it's only made room for just more value in the deck. To help it function and just keep rolling. So, alright, cool. Here we go. Hey, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. That seems good to me. So, let's save this fabled. Let's add a green. Nah, looks like we're crapping out here. Yeah, it doesn't even matter what we're making it. I've wondered about just putting some black in here, because why not? Just because why not? We have access to it. I don't think it would be terribly difficult to fit it into the mana base. But as we've also seen, we've had to take a couple tough mulligans too. So I think we're probably stretching the limits with the 4 mana. But hey, man, I'm sure somebody out there could put something together. Gross. This sucks. This sucks. Alright, so we'll probably use our Lotus Cobra as a chump blocker and try and make him play somebody else or something else. Yuck. Can they sneak in another 2? There it is. Good game. That sucks. Alright, so I guess that one was last game, because I don't feel like I really want to go out on a loss. You know, like when you're playing basketball, at least back in the day, when I would play ball, I'd be like, man, I can't leave the court without making a shot. I mean, even if I just kept on missing, I'd have to just lay it up or something, because that's just too much. I still, like I said, you've seen me take some L's, but man, I still think this deck is flawless. I really do. Like, I really, really do. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep it. I don't really want to mulligan again. And in order to grow Spiral, it looks like we're going to have to go ahead and grab a blue. So let's just do that. And that also puts us on track to be able to hit all of our mana types as well. And there's another blue. So we'll just do this. We are not going to be able to Omnath this turn. See, again, we're playing Grixis. Let's see. We could probably drop that pathway then. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good pull. No, let's go ahead and get him out there too. Why not?
If you surrender now, I'll still have time to... Let me pick your brain for a minute.
So we'll cast away the inversion here. Play this. This is going to be a tough discard decision.
perish the thought.
Looks like I drew a pretty bad matchup here. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we can come crawling back against Dr. Feelworse with a Nicol Bolas Dragon God.
Will be your end.
Oh man, I think we gotta drop the Nath because we get so much extra value off Escape of the Wilds, or to the Wilds, or whatever.
Ugh, what a whiner.
Okay. Jeez. So, I guess what do we gotta get here? We should get a red. Let's play a little Escape, and we're hitting a ton of land. Oh, that's great. Ton of land. Let's make this a red. Really?
Please run. A chase stokes the forge.
And to have to lose to Jank.
Witness a mote of my power.
Loneliness can hurt.
You gotta be kidding me, man. Waste not.
No fire.
Yeah, it's
no steel.
this is pretty janky. This is pretty janky.
I outsmarted you eons ago.
All I've left you is pain.
Mm-hmm. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I mean, okay.
No fire, no steel.
They have a lot going on. They have a whole lot going on.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Struggling? Good.
You know what? I think I pitched that on to inversion. And that was my out. With all this malarkey. So like I said, it does take a skillful pilot. The power level is here. My power level might not be here. Oh, this is crazy. Okay. Scoop phase. Well, hold on. I'll just play Omnath. And draw a card. Okay. Do it. Man, I just want to see him do it. I like the Nicol Dragon God. Just do it, man. Actually, I have a legendary creature.
No fire, no steel.
That's pretty sweet. Let's see, this Angrath is up to 8. Looks like I've got rid of all my outs.
My schemes are never ending.
Alright, so... God, this is janky. Ugh. What, to just play another one?
Ever seen water burn? Your crew from
Oh, what?
freedom.
Okay. Okay, nice. Nice, okay. But, like, still, whatever. I punted that hard. I punted that hard. And I did not move off the bottom of Platinum with this deck for the whole video. Oh, God. But, like I said, this isn't about me. This isn't about my skill level or my power level. This is about the power level of this deck. And whether or not I bang wins out of it doesn't mean you won't, because it's here. Leave in the comments if you want to roast me on my punts. Man, feel free to. I deserve it. But yeah, I think this is at least like the guts or the main core of something that's going to rule the historic format coming really soon, and all of the top players are probably going to be playing this deck, or a deck that's going to have to deal with this deck. As we saw, some removal is pretty good against it. When you have that hand disruption, taking away those resources before it can really get going can make a big difference. Kill the snake, man. Kill the snake. If you can get Uro out of the yard somehow. I mean, still, as always, though, since the inception of Historic, it feels like, because I think Uro has always been in Historic, you got to deal with the graveyard. But what we have here is something fantastic, and though it didn't come into play, this guy being able to stop the cat in the oven is big time. Hey, but until episode 4, this is Nate, Island Go MTG. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, get the bell for the notifications, share it so I don't get put in Twitter and Facebook jail for self-promotion, y'all. Come on, help a brother out. Peace.
Man, it's so crazy out here living in this world, and my haters couldn't touch me, even in this world. Life is full of lessons, and I'm starting to get it. I can see things clearly, better yet vivid.